What's going on, everybody? It is me, your boy Gilbert,
and me, Harry,
and it is the Fulcrum Entertainment Podcast number 312. You know, we're just chugging these out, man. It's incredible how fast. Like, before you know it, it's going to be less than a year. We're going to be at 400, Harrison. We're gonna be old. We're gonna be old, and we're gonna be like another year, 2 years older. We're gonna be old. Nah, but what's up, everybody? Speaking of old, we're gonna be watching it. What movie are we watching? If you guys couldn't tell by everything that you see on the screen right this second, what are we doing, Harrison?
We are watching my personal favorite Ghostbusters movie, Ghostbusters 2.
Which I watched this last night with my girlfriend in preparation for this. I wanted to, and it's a good movie. It holds up, but I'm like, Ghostbusters 1 is just so much better. I understand how you like Ghostbusters 2 more.
No, the ghosts are better and the soundtrack is better. Two key things that I think are really good. I like everything in this movie. I'll gush about it as we watch it.
I love the something strange neighborhood. What you gonna do? I'm going to call the Ghostbusters. I'm like, dude, you butchered it so bad. You butchered it so bad. Where are the costumes? Well, see, that's the thing is I don't think we're gonna do costumes this week. Although on November 1st, that's technically that's the day after Halloween and technically Day of the Dead. Harrison, if you want to wear a costume that day,
yeah,
like, I'll be wearing my Seymour costume because we're doing a couple's costume. Me and my chick. We're doing Seymour and Audrey too.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. I like that.
So already got my glasses and everything all ready to go.
Oh, amazing.
But yeah, so we'll do that on the 1st. And next week, we're also going to be taking a week off because I'm going to be in Santa Fe.
Cool. I am probably going to be at a Halloween party.
There we go. So, but anyway, guys, we'll stall for another couple of minutes. Harrison, tell me, why is this your favorite Halloween or your favorite Ghostbusters movie, not Halloween movie?
Okay, so I'll be honest. The main reason is probably that it was the one I had on VHS, so it's the one I saw the most.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went back to watching the original Ghostbusters, there were things that were missing from it for me. Like I think the ghosts aren't as good. Like when I think of the first movie, I think of like the main kind of ghost moments are you've got the woman in the library, which is cool. Mm-hmm. Then you get Slimer, which is fine. But I think as a kid, for me, Slimer is a friendly little ghost from the cartoon. So I don't find Slimer that interesting or that scary. You do get the dogs and the moment where Dana gets attacked in her apartment and you have the whole Zool bit. That's cool. Mm-hmm. And then Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Whereas this movie, I think, has so many more like cool, weird ghost moments. So you get the Scoleri brothers in the court scene. I love the Scoleri brothers. You get the ghost train.
You get the taxi driver who like messes with the dude who go into the airport. Let's see. I know what you're talking about. There's a lot more. There's just the thing of ooze that grabs at Ray when he's in the.
Yes, that whole section is so damn cool. I love it. Janosch is creepy as hell. Your villain of the movie is throughout the entire movie. So we see Vigor the Carpathian all the way through. We don't just see him at the end like you do with Gozer. And Vigor is like dark and cool. Ray gets turned into a weird ghost hybrid at the end. And so I think the ghosts are better. And also, I love the soundtrack to this movie. I love like all the needle drops are kind of weird. There's I think it's the song that's over the montage of like when they're back in business and they're like fighting, loads of little minor ghosts. That's cool. When the ooze comes out the streets and it ruins everything, and there's a song called Flip City which plays. I love that scene. Cheech is in that section, and hey, if you ain't happy when Cheech turns up, I don't know what's wrong with you. Then you've got
you found the part in one where the BJ go. That was in the first Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So look, I'm not knocking the BJ Ghost. The BJ Ghost is fine. But I prefer that, and I love the When Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher, and the Statue of Liberty moving is kind of stupid, but I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a couple of stupid ghosts in this, like that are just kind of played for laughs. Like some of them are very cool, like you said. There's a couple, and I think we'll get to them as we watch it. also there's just there's the continuity errors. We've talked about it before, but it bears mentioning again. And yeah, the art director. But let's go ahead and get into it. I think we've talked enough for a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what, we're gonna do it this way. There we go. So that way we're gonna have it live. Everyone can see, but we will not be, we won't be getting a copyright. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Knock on wood and everything. All the throw the salt over your shoulder, and I don't know what it like. Cross your fingers, legs, and an arm. All right, let's ready and 5, 4, 3, 2, play. And so yeah, we're gonna be. I don't know how you're doing this, Harrison. I'm watching it on YouTube. Do you have it on streaming service over there?
Yeah, it's currently available on Prime Video here. So that is
nice.
what I am watching my Ghostbusters 2 right now.
Nice. I don't have Prime, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. But okay, so it's kind of a cool way to start off with the ooze. And I like this effect, and honestly, the ooze the entire movie is really cool. But I think this whole part is kind of weird, where her carriage ends up rolling away from her, and nobody tries to stop it. Like everybody sees it, and nobody tries to stop this carriage.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It is rather strange, especially given that movies have made me believe that New York is full of wonderful people who will all help each other, and they will save Spider-Man from the Green Goblin, but they will not save that baby from traffic.
Yeah, no, that was post 9/11. New Yorkers had to come together in 2002 because that was a really bad time for the country. But this is 87, 84?
89, I don't know when. I think.
Okay. Oh, right. That's right. I think the first one was in 84.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is 89. I'm like, I don't know. New Yorkers were a lot meaner at this point, I think.
I mean, that is sort of what they kind of turn the movie into with the whole, all the ooze is everything that's bad in the city, everyone's negative emotions.
Mm. But this is the only thing, is that the carriage rolled into the ooze for a second, and now it's under its control and shit. And what negative emotions here do we have? I guess her fear.
Possibly. I mean, but also there is the sort of thing of the ooze is kind of connected to Vigor, and Vigor wants baby Oscar for later on in the movie. So this is kind of foreshadowing for why Vigor wants Oscar.
No, okay, fair enough. But again, to go back to my comment, so many people, dudes are stopping their cars. People are there were people who saw the baby coming and did nothing to stop. The dudes dropped the rug and did nothing to dive for the carriage.
They they do that thing of when you want to look like you were going to go help someone, but you're not really. So they sort of go, oh okay, now I won't.
No, someone else will get it. I did what I could. Also, I don't care for this trope of them being out of work, and that we are misled to think that they're on a thing to go fight a ghost, but in reality they're going to a kid's birthday party.
Yeah, Gilbert, just say I think I can hear your version, so
shit, yeah,
to try and stop us from getting I'm
gonna I'll turn that up. There we go. I've muted it, and there we go. Now can you hear it now?
No, I cannot. No, we're all good.
There we go. Whoopsie.
Sorry. So you might not even be seeing this stream anymore. We might already be gone. There was too much of Ray Parker Jr. right there.
Nah, man, we're good. We'll get a music copyright, but we won't get the stream won't be stopped. I don't think. We got this.
Okay, so this is a bit that I think annoys people, and I completely understand why. Why the hell are they doing a kid's birthday party, and why is everyone treating them like they're liars? And I don't have a good explanation.
Do they not I guess in the 1980s they didn't have the internet, so you couldn't just pull up the clip of the Marshmallow Man attacking the city. But it's bro, do these kids not remember or did their parents at least not remember that there was a fucking giant kaiju?
Yeah, I think at some point it somebody makes a vague suggestion that they did something to trick everyone, that none of that was real, and that the Ghostbusters faked all of it. But it's how you would do that.
I was gonna say, isn't that what the EPA guy said in the first one? Is that like they use like psychotropics and like gas and shit like that to make people think that they were seeing things?
Yeah, and it does bring me on to think of why I do understand why this is often like used as an example of exactly what not to do in a sequel. They just try and do the first movie again, and I cannot defend it against that. By the way, if you can hear noises, it's not gunfire. There's fireworks going on outside my window somewhere.
Oh, what's being celebrated in the UK right now?
Honestly, I don't know. There's nothing happening right now to celebrate. It's just dark, and people want to set off fireworks. I think that's it.
Fair enough. Why not? So okay, so we kind of glossed over it. I think that's the movie itself is just it's what it does is Winston Zeddemore, dude. He is in this movie for all of like 10 minutes. Like
they do him dirty in this movie, and some of the like best moments in it, he's just not there. So like I've always said, the Scoleri brothers is one of my favorite scenes, but he's just not in that at all.
Exactly, like he is a Ghostbuster, so shouldn't he be on trial as well? But he's not there. And again, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but I just wanted to mention that because it's something that bugged me that I'm like, dude, he's really not in this movie very much. Also, I want to talk about this scene where what's his name? Egon. He is a freaking sociopath.
I love these bits of like what the Ghostbusters are doing instead of being Ghostbusters. So yeah, Egon and his experiments is wonderful. The moment that we're going to get soon of the let's take away the puppy is one of my favorites. I think it's so damn funny.
Oh no! In a second here, she asks like, what's his name? Not Ray, the other one.
Peter.
Peter. Has Peter mentioned me? He says no, and he scans her emotions, like he scans like whatever he's like checking. I'm like, you fucking psychopath, man.
I love Harold Ramis in this role. This is definitely a man that, you know, if Egon was around today, he would be talking a lot about his late age autism diagnosis.
Oh, guaranteed. Like, I think that he's absolutely either autistic or he has something going on in there.
He just did his little scan there, as you mentioned. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just like, so I never noticed that before, honestly. But it was my girlfriend who pointed that out. She's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he just scanned her." And I'm like, "No, oh my god, he's fucking nuts." And then I do like the take away the puppy.
Yeah, they bring the puppy in. He's like so happy. Also, like, what is this device that he's supposed to have that he's using here? It's like a tricorder from Star Trek.
I mean, that's what their Ghostbuster like detecting unit thing is. It's the same kind of thing. It's just like it just detects what it's a what's it called? A Deus Ex Machina, or whatever, or a MacGuffin. Yeah, it's a thing that I like how he's just using it. It's like clearly he's doing some very important science, but we wouldn't understand it because you're just a layman.
We come up here to what Peter is doing when he's not in the Ghostbusters. I love that Peter Venkman now hosts a coast-to-coast style chat show about conspiracy theories and aliens. I love all of this with the dad from Small Soldiers.
That is the dad. He was also the general in the Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
Oh God. I was talking about that the other day for my bad movie club, and I was like, maybe we should watch the Roland Emmerich Godzilla movie.
Why isn't Egon a blonde? They have a tube of hair over his forehead because he's not a cartoon.
I think the cartoon it's a good idea to bring up the cartoon because I do think the cartoon had a huge influence on this movie. Because from what I understand, there was this issue of all of the guys agreed to come back for this movie because I think between them, Harold Ramis and his name is escaping, Dan Aykroyd, had written a script that was really good, apparently, for the sequel. Like that and everyone thought it was great and it was going to be a decent movie. And when they got to set, the script was different. They were given a different script. And I think, from what I understand, a lot of it is because the cartoon was so popular that they were like, we cannot have another adult movie. Like,
So
I'd
they
say,
had to make it more like child friendly.
yeah, I think they were like, no, we have to make this movie more like the cartoon, which I think is why Slimer's still around, and in the firehouse, because the kids were expecting that,
Yeah,
and
because in the
possibly,
cartoon he's like their buddy, not a thing that they fight.
yeah, and I think that's possibly why there's more ghosts in this and more sort of wacky, weird ghosts than there were in the first movie, because the cartoon, the ghosts are sort of, I mean, you can't even call them ghosts really. By other people's definitions, they're just like weird little gremlins that show up instead.
Yeah, I mean the guy in the cab is a zombie technically. Hang on a second, my cat is scratching at my door. I will be right back.
And to sort of go back to why isn't Egon a blonde and have a tube of hair over his head, I remember talking to my brother about this, and he made a good point. But I was talking to him more about why do the cartoon characters look so much different from the actors? That there's almost no attempt to make them look like they're actors. And my brother did point out, it's like, well, then if they made them look like they're actors, it would be one black guy and three like white guys with brown hair, and you wouldn't be able to tell them apart as a cartoon. And I was like, that's kind of a good point. So that's why you end up with the weird Egon blonde Elvis hair, and the ginger Ray, and then Peter's like just a normal man.
Let's see. Real quick, I want to talk about this. Talking Turd says the trouble with the Ghostbusters was during the 80s, the technology didn't really exist to be able to produce the movies the way they were intended to have been. So I'm like, that's actually a good point. I mean, that's kind of why, that's the same thing with like the Star Wars stories. That's why he did the prequels later, is because the technology got caught up later. So that is a fair point. The 80s and that time was not great. Like you can see that some of the dated like CGI and some of the dated like stuff that they did on there. I think one of the stuff like in the first one, they painted on like the gargoyle or whatever onto the film negative.
Yeah, there's a lot of hand painted moments and various optical illusions, or optical effects that they do, which I don't know. Like I have to say, I think you're right. And you mentioned talking to that the original script would have made Ghostbusters 2 the most expensive movie ever made at the time, and it was supposed to have interdimensional / time travel.
Oh,
which I love. It's so Dan Aykroyd. I feel that Dan Aykroyd is kind of my spirit animal. He's into all the same weird things as I am, and he's also slightly too into them and doesn't understand that nobody else is. So, like
the weird occult stuff.
I love it. I love listening to Dan Aykroyd talk about UFOs and talk about the occult. He's got some wacky ideas, and the only thing that he says,
an avid believer.
Oh yeah. The whole like that part one in Ghostbusters 1 and the BJ ghost that Patrick mentioned is sort of based on real life. Dan Aykroyd believes that the ghost of Mama Cass from Mamas and the Papas got into bed with him and was trying to get down with him.
He believes that that's a regular, like not just to him, but a regularly occurring thing in the world of ghosts and occult, is that ghosts will like occasionally rape a human. So he fought for that scene.
There's a lot of stuff about it. There's a lot of these these strange things, and if you look into conspiracies and the occult and all sorts of things, you'll find lots of people who talk about being interfered with by various powers, be they aliens or ghosts or succubi.
I like the see. I just like shoehorn it in. You're trying to be very delicate about it. I love it. Being so British right now. But yeah, no. It's basically Dan Aykroyd firmly believes that ghosts regularly, have their way with humans, shall we say?
If this. So as well, we've got to Ray's occult. So there's what Ray's doing. I love his bookshop. If there was any money to be made in running an occult bookshop, I would love to.
All right, so I'm curious. Do you think this is what Dan Aykroyd wishes he could just do in his regular life?
I feel like if Dan Aykroyd wanted to, he would already be doing this. I think Dan Aykroyd is having a lovely time selling vodka and talking to people about his madness and collecting royalty checks.
Yeah, no, he's probably living. How do we know he's not doing this? Like, neither of us lives in Hollywood. Oh shit! Hang on. Okay, shut up.
Dan Aykroyd's one of those guys who are like, oh, I don't see him anymore. It's like, yeah, because he doesn't have to work anymore. The man was so in the center of comedy for a decade. The guy's fine. He's in so many legendary things. He does not need to keep working.
I mean, yeah, he was at the like the golden years of SNL. He was in the Ghostbusters and various other like very successful comedies. So yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. He never needs to work again. He's probably already doing this just for fun.
Yeah. Although to be fair, he is always willing to show up and sell new Ghostbusters stuff. Like, obviously he's in the new Ghostbusters movies.
So yeah, apparently this is what Patrick said. Doesn't Dan Aykroyd kind of already have an occult shop in real life? Probably.
Oh, and Talking Turd says he says that apparently his family owned an occult bookshop.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd's family. Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Doesn't surprise.
much of the Ghostbusters plot was influenced by Dan Aykroyd's real life. Well, at least what he says, what he claims to be his real life experience. Oh my god, this fucking cat. Hang on, you know what? Come here. Oh, I'm just gonna. This freaking cat, man. Oh, this cat. Sitting here whining at me for food. I love her, but she's annoying. Anyway, so we've kind of been going a little off the movie. So we've caught up with all the Ghostbusters. They've gotten back together. I forget.
Why?
Did we already see the part? Were we already supposed to see the part with her fridge where she like saw or no, wait, that was the first one. My bad.
That's the first movie. Yeah. So they're here to take a look at Oscar after she's had this experience.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm mixing up the two movies. It's my bad.
Also, there's some weird things. I don't know if anyone noticed it, but they walked past a bunch of empty frames on the wall, like they were like picture frames with nothing in them.
What were they? I didn't notice that. I'm gonna have to go.
Find her in.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, look, there they were. What the fuck? Well, you see, Harrison, that's high. That's very high art. Like there, it's so like artistic. They don't even put a picture in the fucking frame.
Is that like
it's kind of like a statement?
Is that an occult thing? Is like empty picture frames like a superstition or something?
I have no idea. I do want to note though that when they just measured the baby, they didn't stand him up. Like they just measured him from head to butt. Like they didn't actually like accurate. They're not accurately measuring him in any way.
That's true. My brother had twins, and I kept saying like he needs to get them into acting, like the twins in Ghostbusters.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. You guys dress up as the what were they called again? What brothers?
Oh, the Scoleri brothers.
The Scoleri brother. That'd actually be kind of a bitchin' costume.
Well, I mentioned it because I remember it's a thing that comes with the credits that the baby that's Oscar. Well, the baby Oscar is played by two twin babies.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so like they can swap one out for the other one when like they've gone over the legal limit of how long it's allowed to be on like working technically.
That's wild. That's smart, but also wild. Also,
have I frozen for everyone?
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
We can still hear you, but we just can't see you move. You look very content right now watching the movie, though.
Yeah, I'm in a real good mood. Hang on, I'm going to duck out and come back and see if I can get this to reset.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to shout out to Dead Guy. He says, "Well, shit, I love this film. Not as much as the first one, but Egon sleeping with the slime, I didn't get until I was older. That's messed up. That I forgot. I completely forgot that they ask him or they talk about him like, did you fuck the slime or did you do it with the slime? Like I forget that scene. And thank you for reminding me. God damn it. Although I'm gonna love bringing that up to Harrison here in a minute when the scene comes up because yeah, that is another thing in the weird scenes that make this movie less than Ghostbusters 1 in my opinion. Also, oh there we go.
Yeah, I'm back.
And Harry is back. And so, yeah, he was just talking about the slime, about Egon sleeping with the slime. That's another scene. I completely forgot about that. That's a messed up. So
it's fantastic. I still think this is funny. Some people say that this movie is nowhere near as funny as the first one. maybe it's not as good as the first one, but I still think it's funny and I really enjoy it.
No, I think it's funny, but I think the first one is funnier. I also think Rick Moranis is far more better utilized in the first one than in the second one.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
because Rick Moranis got the same disease that Dana got, where they just suddenly switch professions entirely. It's like Rick Moranis is now like their lawyer.
Yeah, he was an accountant, and now suddenly he's a lawyer. And I'm like, I don't know. For some reason, I think that just feels like an excuse to have Rick Moranis there, which is fine. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's weird.
There's the whole thing where he's in the firehouse. It's like, why would he be at the firehouse at all? None of the work he has to do requires him to be here.
Yeah, and then he also like tries to end up becoming a Ghostbuster at the end, and he's done real dirty because at the end he's like he's trying to be part of the celebration, but nobody really like acknowledges him. I don't. If I remember that correctly.
You've just reminded me that him and Janine get together in this, and
that is true.
I like Rick Moranis, but goddamn, he stole Janine away from me. This is bullshit.
Also, Janine does it like a 180. Like she looked different. Like, not that she wasn't attractive in both movies, but she looks entirely different in the second movie than she does in the first.
Yeah, Annie Potts comes out with that weird bowl haircut now, looking like Edna Mode.
With like bright red hair.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, more of these ridiculous fucking like scanning tools. I love these like ridiculous light things.
I want one of those. I would love to have like every like Ghostbuster prop in the universe.
I do remember that. That was a funny one from the first one. Do re ega. Or no, is that that is the second one. That's when they turn it on in the courtroom.
Yeah, that's when they beat the Scoleri brothers.
That's right. Okay.
I've got my PKE meter.
Oh fuck yeah! I love it.
I think his battery's
Come on,
dead.
Harrison. Let's go be Ghostbusters. Let's go scan. Let's go get some EMF readers. Let's go scan for ghosts. I bet you the UK has haunted buildings.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of places.
Oh nice. Dig, I just got VHS Halloween. Well, enjoy that. I saw the trailers for that. I don't know. I'm iffy on the VHS movies now.
In fact, actually, hang on. I showed you that. I've got something else.
Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, there's currently loads of crap on it.
Okay, we're gonna jump off of the movie's still playing, but we're gonna jump off so I can see Harrison's thing a little more. Oh shit! There he is.
I got the firehouse.
Oh, is this a firehouse?
It's incomplete, but I got the firehouse.
That's awesome. Now you need to get the fucking XO1.
I keep meaning to. I want to turn it into something. I want to make it into a lamp or like a storage thing.
Hang on a second. My dog is pushing at the door again. I'll bring back the movie.
Oh, cool. Patrick says I have a half-size Mr. Fusion that's a USB charger for my car. That's dope. I like that.
That's pretty cool. So okay, this is this guy, the creepy dude who's not this dude, the other one, the doctor who like is hitting on Sigourney Weaver the whole movie, and it's just real creepy. Like, what is with this guy and playing like pathetic characters? Because he's also in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh yeah, he's Renfield in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yeah.
He's the guy that Mr. Bean goes to stay with in the Mr. Bean movie. I don't know what's with me. I think he's a little guy and he's good at playing creeps.
I guess that's all it is. Because I think he takes away from this movie a little bit because I get that's why he's what he's written as, but he's fucking creepy as shit. And it just as a kid it always freaked me out.
That moment where he turns up at Dana's house during the blackout. And she closes the door and his eyes become lights. I don't know why, but as a kid, that moment is so creepy. And oh shit, we're already at the fucking River of Slime, and I'm so happy.
Yep. 23 minutes. And so again, can I mention that they don't have Winston anywhere? I'm like, it's a great time to have your buddy there, but no.
Yeah, he was at the party, but he's not allowed to do any work with them. I don't know. I feel like Winston just got a real job because like Winston like was never into creating this whole new business. He just took a job because he needed a job.
I guess you're really right about that. He's not a scientist in any sort, but I'm thinking about that. I'm like, why isn't he? Why couldn't you just write a fourth scientist? It's like they're just their buddy from another college.
I do like what they do. Like I really have always appreciated in the movies the fact that the Ghostbusters, whilst yes, three of them are scientists. Venkman, I think, is very technically a scientist, but I wouldn't call him that much.
He's a scientist asterisk.
Yeah, but I like the fact that the Ghostbusters, they were never supposed to be like a superhero team. They're like garbage men, but for ghosts. It's supposed to be like a kind of like crappy job to have being a Ghostbuster. So yeah, I kind of love that you have Winston kind of seals that end of like he doesn't have to like know how to build a proton pack and understand the nuclear physics of it. He just has to show up, point it, and step on a trap.
I mean, I guess if you want to look at it that way, he's the everyman. He's us. Like if we were in the Ghostbusters, but still though, I'm just like, dude, then put him in there more because I'm like, we need more interactions of the normal guy seeing all this crazy shit.
This moment, I always thought this was so creepy as a kid. The hands coming out of the river, and I mean, so like Talking Turd was saying about how the technology wasn't there and how to do this at the time would have cost so much money, but the things they do manage to do with the effects ability, like technology they had at the time, is beautiful. I love it.
Oh yeah, no, it's very impressive. Like honestly, I don't know how they did half of the stuff that they do in this movie. I don't know, like because CGI wasn't really a thing in the 80s, so I'm like they must have done some like crazy wizardry.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like hand painting over things or having optical stuff, which I believe is essentially like you're sort of exposing your film twice, and so you're like projecting miniature stuff onto footage you've already taken. I don't quote me on that, but I think it's something like that. A bit like how in The Nightmare Before Christmas they used the Pepper's ghost trick to so for his dog is like animated somewhere else, and then the image of that is reflected on a piece of glass that makes him appear transparent.
Apparently, yeah, it looks like you were right. It says they were superimposing miniatures with the slime. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. Like just again, the weird little like Hollywood wizardry that they were able to do at this time to make, and that still holds up today. That we're watching it. It's still actually like you watch this on a 4K TV. It's actually like incredible to watch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's creepy as fuck. Would you just sit with his eyes turned to lights like that?
And this is one of those things of like, it's all about the VHS copy I had of this, because I had this on a VHS taped off TV. So that moment is where the ad break came in. Like, so I know that there was a Coors beer ad straight after that moment on the VHS that I had.
That's great. Okay, so see, that's messed up. He gets to be in the courtroom and he gets to be in trouble with them, but he doesn't get to do anything like actually like substantial with them. I'm like, justice for fucking Winston.
Yeah, no, you're right. Winston does deserve some justice. Would you say is Winston who's your favorite Ghostbuster?
So definitely Peter, just because I think he's the goofiest one. Like he doesn't take any of this seriously. He's just there. Like even when he was doing it, I glossed over it. I wanted to mention it, but during his show when he's doing the psychic show where he talks to like conspiracy nuts, he was roasting the dude who was like, so the end of the world will be at this year. He's like, oh well, you gave it away, man. Aren't you supposed to like shouldn't you drag it out a little bit so you can get TV deals and movies and shit? And he's roasting him the whole time, and I thought that was hilarious. Like. I think Bill Murray is probably one of my favorite actors. Also,
my favorite is Ray. I think because I think if I was in this situation, I think I'd most likely be like Ray. I don't think I'm cool enough, and I would think all of this is amazing. Like I'd be so happy that I've found ghosts.
And I think although the one who really his humor is some of the best, and like I don't even know if it's like it's unintentional or just him being him, is Egon. Like Egon is one of the funniest characters in here just for being himself.
I think it really shows you the talent of Harold Ramis, that he takes a deeply unfunny character and makes him really funny. Like, like Egon's not going to make many like jokes on his own, but he's really funny the way Harold Ramis plays him.
Yeah, because he's very straight-faced about it, and it just makes it like that much better.
I collect samples of molds and fungus.
Also, Rick Moranis needs to be, he does it, even though he's shoehorned in here and his role doesn't really make sense. I absolutely love the way he plays it. He's just like nervous, and he doesn't even really know the law.
I do love Nick Moranis. God, why can't I speak? Rick Moranis. I love Rick Moranis. Very happy. I'm not so sure if I'm happy to hear that there's going to be a Spaceballs 2, but I'm happy Rick Moranis is coming back for it.
Oh yeah, like Dark Helmet, or Dark Helmet.
Yeah, Dark Helmet. And the man is in so many of my favorite movies. He's in this. He's in Little Shop of Horrors, which is my favorite musical.
Agreed.
And probably my favorite Frank Oz movie, if that's such a thing to have. But I love Frank Oz mostly, but I love that. Yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Ghostbuster, as Dead Guy says.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what other movies has Frank Oz directed, but
mostly Muppet movies, I think.
Fair enough. So I mean, yeah, no, that's so I think that statement you made holds up. Honey, I Shrunk the Ghostbusters. I just now saw that.
This movie makes me wonder what kind of adventures their grandchildren will get up to. Why, Patrick? Why, you wonder about that, but you can go find that right now. It's Ghostbusters Afterlife.
And then Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which I still haven't seen. Apparently it's a great movie.
Really? I still haven't seen it either. I wasn't sure. I didn't trust it.
I actually really liked Afterlife. I thought that it was like compared to the 2016 Ghostbusters that we got. I'm like, I think it actually like was a good idea to make a nerdy girl who was, or a nerdy child who, like it didn't necessarily have to be a girl, but the point is like make his grandchild a nerdy person like him who is like also kind of socially awkward, but like and then him having the reused footage of Harold Ramis being a ghost and helping them out. I'm like, that was a really cool like way to honor the original cast.
I did like there are a couple of things on a second watch that I found that I wasn't too happy with Afterlife. Like I don't need more Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Just going like, oh, but what if they're tiny this time? Isn't interesting enough for me.
What if they mess with Paul Rudd?
But like all the stuff where Egon's a ghost and he's just moving things around to show his granddaughter where to go. I love that kind of shenanigans. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, sorry. Yep, here they come. No, you're right.
He's angry. He's pissing off the ooze, and we're about to meet my boys. Also, like when you look at these guys, when I was a kid, I always thought they looked a lot like the designs of Ray and Egon from the cartoon. I don't know if that's deliberate or not.
So let me see. Yeah, no, I don't know. But all right, here we go. There it is. Beautiful. I wonder. So that's probably the easiest part of this whole thing is how did they get the ooze to like expand like that? I'm assuming they just like pumped air into the.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like you kind of take some hair gel and then blow some air into it.
Yeah.
I was saying this to somebody a while back because we talked I think last time about a lot of horror movies, and I talked about some of my horror movie tastes and how I like paranormal things. Something that I struggle with a bit when I'm watching something involving ghosts is I get really disappointed when the ghosts are kind of just people. Like they're just like regular dead people, regular people, but they're dead and they're wandering around. And I think it's because of Ghostbusters, because this and the cartoons particularly told me that ghosts were weird little creatures and goblins and wacky stuff that appears, that they're not just dead people. They're, like demons and creatures of legend sometimes.
I mean, also what Ghostbusters showed is that like most of the time, if you're a ghost, you pretty much just do what you did when you were alive. Like the lady's a librarian, but she only turns into a creepy ghost when they keep on talking. Like she just she shushes them, and when they keep talking, then she goes all evil. But I'm like, it just kind of seems like being a ghost is like, oh yeah, so you like doing this, you're gonna basically be doing that forever. I don't know. I don't necessarily see all the ghosts in Ghostbusters as evil. You could just let a few of them be.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. Ray
Egon.
Egon.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And the first time in this movie we get to see the proton packs back on. I love the proton packs in this. They're so good.
So there's no reason for the proton packs to be here. I just want to point that out because the reason that they were in trouble was because they tore up this street and then fucked up the grid, but they didn't have their proton packs on them when that happened.
That's true,
Like
actually. Yeah, they did.
So there's absolutely no reason for their proton packs to be used as evidence in the courtroom right now. They only did it so they could do this.
I want to also call out, I think that shot that we had before where they're waiting and the chairs are just flipping up, it's just, maybe it's a little bit too much like when the eggs are bursting in Dana's apartment, but I love this like ghost Jaws moment that you get with it. It's just a nice little bit of suspense and a great way of doing like a low tech, like, not effects heavy shot that works really well to build tension.
Mm. Oh shit! I didn't even notice. So we have Hans in here saying, "Oh, hello everybody. Hopefully you're having a great weekend." Hello, Hans. It's been a minute since you've been in here. I'm glad to see you in here. Agree with Gilbs. Plus, there, yeah. So he agreed. I think he's talking about with my point on this on the proton packs. Says also, there's no way they would let unregistered nuclear power particle accelerators in a courtroom. Yeah, if they don't allow knives in a fucking courtroom. You think they're going to allow a nuclear reactor?
That's true. That is a very good point. Do I still have you, Gilbs? Are you still here? Am I still here?
Yep. Where? Am I frozen? Did I freeze?
Okay, it might have been for a second there. I don't know if it was for me or on the stream.
Okay, it might. I think I might have been out for a second. Here, I'm going to close a few tabs so I can. But
Baby
yeah,
slow.
so. Yeah, so I think that the Harold Ramis, when he was writing this, I think he just wanted to make scenes where he could enjoy like their shit destroying everything because there's a lot of like unnecessary destruction from the Ghostbusters.
That feels a little bit like, again, like just trying to carry over what they did in the first movie. In that, yes, sorry, I'm very happy with this song. I like this song. They in their first movie, they kind of established like when they deal with Slimer of how much they just ruin that hotel.
Dude, straight. There's a channel called, I think it's like Movie Sins or something like that, or the Cinema Sins that they do it. They also have a thing where they like take a tally of all the destruction in a certain movie. Dude, they did like hundreds of thousands, or probably millions of dollars of damage in that first movie.
I mean, like with what happened to the street outside the building where that cop car got swallowed up.
See, here's what I'm talking about. The guy jogging. First of all, dumb ghost. But also, is there anything that he wasn't doing anything? Just let him jog. He was just freaking people out.
I don't know. Maybe he was like going like the librarian does when people were in his way and they wouldn't move.
Maybe. Oh, this asshole. Okay, so I think I kind of want to live in their firehouse. Like if I could live in an old abandoned firehouse, I absolutely would.
Oh fuck yes, yeah, that's the dream, is living in that firehouse.
Like that seems like it'd be a lot of fun to just have like your office and your room, your living quarters, and then a little pole that just like be so much fun.
What do you think of their new gray uniforms in this little sequence?
Not crazy about them. I prefer. There's a reason that all the cosplayers across the country don't use the gray ones. They use the brown ones.
Yeah, even I, as someone who loves this movie, I wouldn't use a gray boiler suit.
And it doesn't really make sense because then they're back in the brown ones. Like, why are they in the gray ones? Or
I don't know.
They swap back and forth, and I'm like, what the hell? Did your costuming just kind of like fuck up that day?
Yeah, I don't know if there was like a thing of like, oh shit, like they're in the wash. We gotta go get like our other uniforms.
Also, this should
and free balloon for the kids.
limit one per family.
Now we should put the goo in a toaster and discover that it can react positively.
Okay, so let me see here. All right, so Dead Guy says, I mean, technically Gozer and the Keymaster did the stuff to the building. Yeah, they did the stuff to the building, but only because the Ghostbusters were there. And then you see. So yeah, Twisting Turd says, "Tries on my I can't remember the song to Ghostbusters 2. I do know that Bobby Brown sang it. I don't remember the name of the song either.
I can't remember. I don't know if it was that song that we just heard, but no, it definitely wasn't that song that we just heard. So I can't remember the name to that one. But there is a song called Flip City that's in this, which is like weirdly hard to find.
Oh yeah, and then Dead Guy, he says he wanted to add that, and Peck in the first movie he shut down the containment facility without understanding it, so that's on him. I get, again, technically, but I'm like, again, unregulated nuclear reactor.
Yeah,
the guy was just doing his job as the head of the EPA. They caused an explosion. Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
So the Bobby Brown song is called On Our Own.
The love song with the Statue of Liberty. I don't know. I mean, it's been a minute since I don't remember that part.
Yeah, with the that's Higher and Higher. I think is that song right. There. You know your love is lifting me higher.
That's right. Okay, so this is I don't know much about science. I'll be honest, I'm not a scientist, but this just seems like a bad idea to put anything liquid inside of a fucking toaster.
I mean, definitely. I think I'm assuming the toaster is unplugged at this moment while it's dancing on the pool table. But I remember I saw this when I was so young. I thought that Peter actually did get bitten by the toaster.
Really? Like, was it plugged in at the time, or what happened?
Now, there's a bit in a minute where he puts his fingers in the slots of the toaster and pretends like it's hurt him, and I didn't understand. I was so young, I didn't understand it was a joke. I'm
just saying, like, you can see the cord. It looks like it's plugged in. That's all I'm saying. And this guy's sitting here putting his fingers in the damn toaster.
And I didn't really get why they attack him afterwards.
See, again, Bill Murray. He makes a joke out of it. He's not taking this seriously in the least.
This is where I understand why people don't like this one, and I do acknowledge that it probably is just a huge amount of nostalgia for me on this movie, because I saw this when I was too young to understand the humor and the more adult sides of the movie to it. So I think that's why I preferred this one as a kid, because it had more of the weird ghosts and funny songs and the stuff that entertains a child who doesn't know any better. And so it's now just stuck in my head as no, this is my favorite one.
Although that mug, that dude right there, that is a face that will haunt your fucking dreams as a child.
Yeah. I might have to find this. The speech that Vigor gives, I love so much.
So what speech is this again? So I'll be honest. I watched about half of this movie last night because me and my girlfriend were, there was other things that happened.
Okay, so here's on a mountain of skulls in the castle of pain, I sat on a throne of blood. What was will be, what is will be no more. Now is the season of evil. It's just
I definitely see why that stuck out.
It's
definitely
cool.
see. I understand why that stuck out in your mind, Harrison, because that seems like your national anthem.
There's also quite an interesting story behind this actor. So if you go to, I think it's called on YouTube, it's called Actor Highlights. It used to be called No Small Parts. But then IMDb bought No Small Parts and it changed. But so a guy made a small kind of mini documentary about the actor who plays Vigor. So he is a Swedish actor. who isn't in that many movies, and had like a really notoriously bad temper. Oh
Apparently,
yes,
Vigor was one of the bad guys in Die Hard.
yes. So he had this weird career, and he's in these like sort of weird art house movies. And there's a documentary about him, I think, of like what became of him after he sort of like stopped acting.
Wilhelm von Homburg, apparently, is his name.
Yeah, and he's got a kind of fascinating story, and this is probably like one of his biggest roles, other than Die Hard. And he got kind of ripped off by this movie because all of his lines aren't him. So
did someone dub over them?
Yes. So he like read everything on set and did the whole movie, but everything got overdubbed by Max von Sydow, who's the old priest from The Exorcist, and he's in Judge Dredd. He's in The Force Awakens. He's that guy who dies right at the beginning of the movie.
He got the David Prowse treatment.
Yes. Yeah, he got that. He was kind of pretty mad about that. So yeah, he's got a really fascinating story. But unfortunately, Dead Guy's right. Max von Sydow is great. His voice is incredible. This scene terrified me as a child. This bit, I don't know why, but I was so scared of the pink blob in this bit when I was a kid. I cannot explain it.
Yeah, no, I like also the pink blob freaked me out, and that kind of put me off baths for a minute. But also, we get to see a good like 5 seconds of Sigourney Weaver in a bra. I mean, just like, and that is also something that stuck out in my head as a child. He was Stan in Needful Things. Okay,
Satan.
Well, Satan. not Stan. Satan.
His friends know him as Stan. Patrick, why did you just shout "Strange Brew" in here? Like, why are we just like naming Rick Moranis movies at the moment?
Was Rick Moranis in Strange Brew?
Yes.
No way.
Just the Doug and like the North guys, right? The Canadians, like.
Strange Brew. Oh, I was thinking of a different. Never mind. I think I was thinking of Beer Fest. That's my bad.
Okay.
Mixing up the two movies. Yeah, no, you're right. Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis, right? Hey, we got Alan in here. What's up? Says, gentlemen, hope you're having a wonderful day. Indeed, we are. We're enjoying some Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, Max von Sydow was the main villain in Strange Brew, right? Just also happens to have Rick Moranis in it, right?
Let's see. Better view of Sigourney Weaver in Alien.
I was going to say,
we all know.
Yeah, if you want your Sigourney Weaver, go watch Alien.
No, that's absolutely true. But only Alien 1. After that, it's like, eh. So let's see here. Oh yeah, did we get past the part where Egon says that he slept with the ooze?
I think we did. I think that was when they were doing stuff with the toaster.
Yeah, because he totally stuck his Peter in it.
Just to see what would happen. For science purposes only.
Uh-huh. And then he ended up keeping a little vial of it next to his bed. So let's talk about this. I know they mentioned earlier in the scene, like they talk about her boyfriend, like Sigourney Weaver's boyfriend or her husband or whatever, who was with another symphony, and he ended up going to like the London Symphony or something like that. And so she randomly changed careers, and that's not. But in my headcanon, that's totally Venkman's child. Either that or it's Rick Moranis's, because she actually had sex with him in the last movie.
Oh, that's a good point. That might be Louis Tully's baby, like conceived while they were dogs.
I'm like, when he was the keymaster and she was the gatekeeper, I'm like, bro.
I mean, yeah. Where do you think he's putting that key?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mentioned in this, Hans. Sorry, Hans has talked about the Men in Black 2, 21 Jump Street, and Ghostbusters shared universe. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Yeah, see, the only thing I know about is that Ghostbusters and Casper have a shared universe because Dan Aykroyd shows up in Casper.
Yeah, with that mustache.
Indeed.
Why does he have that mustache?
So that's the only one I know of that as far as like shared universe. I don't know about 21 Jump Street or Men in Black or any of that.
Yeah, that's the one that's throwing me off. Like, why 21 Jump? And is it like old 21 Jump Street or like new 21 Jump Street?
I'm going to go on a limb and say old 21 Jump Street. I don't think it's going to be the Channing Tatum one.
Clarify this for us, Hans. And now we're going to go to the museum and hang out for a while.
So I didn't notice it before. They really updated the Ecto one, like from the first movie. They put a bunch of new bells and whistles and like lights and shit on top of it.
I do that.
Like the car itself is still the same, but yeah, if you compare the first movie to the second movie, the Ecto one looks a lot different from like the stuff that is just on there.
Ah.
Like,
also,
I just
okay.
yeah.
So sorry. So Hans said there's rumors that they want the movies to connect somehow in the future. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And
I love this. Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish that up, and then we can go on this.
No, I'm happy to move on to that because Galaxy Quest is a great pull for Sigourney Weaver movies.
Yeah, we should do a Galaxy Quest watch at some point.
Oh, hell yes. Galaxy Quest, the greatest Star Trek movie since Star Trek 2.
I personally like First Contact, but yes, I will agree to you on that. That yeah, Galaxy Quest it inadvertently became like the best Star Trek movie without being a Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would love to see a Galaxy Quest sequel. I'm just gonna go out, put that out there. I don't even care if Tim Allen is a conservative. I don't give a shit. Put him out. I want to see another fucking Galaxy Quest sequel.
I'll be interested. Maybe we get Sam Rockwell back.
They are talking about Terminator joining the Alien/Blade Runner/Predator universe. Oh man.
I mean, that doesn't seem that crazy. Maybe not like in a good way, because I feel like the Alien movies have tried to like make a lot of effort to make them like really kind of more prestige, since the days of Alien versus Predator, with all the with Alien Romulus and Alien Covenant and Prometheus and all that stuff. They tried to sort of make it more highbrow. So I think it would be hard to fit Terminator into that, maybe.
I mean, it would make more sense to me to put like Independence Day into that, because they own that, because Fox owns that too, or well, Disney now owns that too. So I mean, if you're gonna put you're gonna put aliens into other universes, put the Independence Day aliens into the Predator/Alien/Blade Runner verse.
Only if I get to see Will Smith try and punch a xenomorph and then be ripped to shreds.
Ooh, I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, he's like, I'll show you how to deal with this. Welcome to Earth.
He punches it, and then like the xenomorph like bites his hand off.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about why does everything need to be. I know the MCU kind of made it a thing, but why does everything need to be all connected now?
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff that doesn't need to be connected. I mean, what's that? Someone in the chat's going to know this. You might know it, Gilbert. What's that weird old show that technically connects a huge number of shows together? It was about a hospital. It was like Sacred Heart Hospital or something like that.
Okay, hang on. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, but it's like it turned out it was all in like the memory of it was all. So yeah, there was that show connected to like 4 or 5 other shows, and then those had spin-offs and sequels, prequels, whatever. And it turned out it was all in the mind of some like autistic child who was playing with a snow globe.
Yeah, and like if you take all the like cameos and stuff from other shows that tie in, and then those spin-offs and then the cameos and that, it connects a huge amount of TV into this one universe that's all imagined by the boy with the snow globe.
Yeah, I know I know what you're talking about, but with that, it kind of means that like literally no shocker, TV is fake then, but that means that like every TV show since like the 80s is actually just in this boy's imagination.
Sorry, I'm just seeing what Dead Guy said. Xenomorph slaps Will and says, "Keep my tiny mouth out of your regular mouth." Saint Elsewhere grave reviews. Thank you very much. That's
Saint
what it
Elsewhere.
is.
That's the ER. Close enough, basically. Yeah, so but like that kind of stuff, like that was a weird. I remember seeing that on a Cracked After Hours episode where they were just like, oh yeah, no, all TV is connected, and it's because it's all fucking in the mind of this one little child.
Also, Gilbert, have you ever seen the webcomic that took that ending of Saint Elsewhere and applied it to Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Oh God, what? I did not.
So it's just this webcomic that's like, oh, she's still not coming out, and it's Frankie is just holding the snow globe with the Home for Imaginary Friends inside of it, and that the entire thing is like Frankie's the autistic child, and these are all the friends she's made up.
I don't know. That'd be kind of a cool twist ending to that show.
I mean,
Turns out
dark
it is
for
all
that show.
I mean, they're all imaginary friends. Like, imagine it'd be kind of fun for them to for the entire show to be imaginary.
Yeah, I can see it.
But yeah, no, also kind of a weird, like, existential crisis. Are we all just the imagination of some autistic child playing with a snow globe?
We all could be. And that autistic child is riding on the back of a turtle flying through space. And that turtle's on the back of another turtle. And his turtle's all the way down.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see here. What was I going to say? The pals from Cracked Videos spun off to 3 different YouTube channels. They are all really good. Yeah, no, one of the guys, I think Daniel O'Brien, writes for John Oliver now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, that's...
And sorry, thinking about the movie. I'm looking at Janine's outfit here. Neon green gloves and a leopard print fur coat.
With she has two different earrings, and then her hair is like a bowl cut bright red. That is a statement. That's Edna Mode in her fucking like wild years.
Yeah,
before she got short.
This whole bit, this was so moody and cool when I was a kid. Looking at the different photos of Vigor and the fire. I would kill to have a copy of that Vigor portrait to like hang on my wall. I would love like a huge replica of that.
You gotta start hitting some Comic-Cons because I guarantee you someone out there has that.
Yeah, someone must have done it, surely. I need that.
Or hit Etsy.
Actually, that's true. I should go on Etsy. I was talking about Etsy before about how it's the place to find the weird shit that you'll never get anywhere else.
Great. Why did I feel like I just stepped into the Dark Tower universe where everything is leaked together with turtles and beams? Yeah, I mean that's true. I forgot about that. Like apparently all the Stephen King books are in the same universe, like via the Dark Tower.
Sure. Okay, fine. Whatever, Stephen. Have some more Coke.
All I know is The Long Walk was fire. It's a pretty good movie. I liked it. But anyway, here comes Winston.
Yeah, Winston. See, dude, this is why Winston's there. He's the only sensible man. That's why he's here.
Fire! Like the fucking 3 PhDs among them, and they can't figure out how to get a fucking fire extinguisher.
Oh, dead guy. He might have, and I might have forgotten to get back to him about it, which is very likely. That's the sort of thing I do. I can't remember right now.
I have not seen anything in our email from it, so it's possible if it has been, it's been on Discord.
Yeah, I think he got in touch with me on Discord.
Talking Turd says, I recall a RoboCop Terminator comic crossover. If we're going off of comic crossovers, let's relax there because we have there's a Ghostbusters Stranger Things crossover. There's a Ghostbusters Ninja Turtles crossover. And there's also a Ninja Turtles and Naruto crossover. So let's relax on crossover comics. I don't think they're canon. Oh.
Sorry, I've got distracted by checking on this thing now. Patrick said about Red Apple cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, that's Red Apple cigarettes are in all the Quentin Tarantino films. Like they're also Manzano Roja is Manzano Roja is how they're referred to in what's it called?
Rodriguez
Hateful
movies.
or the Hateful Eight, and then also some Robert Rodriguez movies have those as well.
Yeah, because actually I noticed them. I literally an hour before the stream, I watched Planet Terror, and Red Apple cigarettes are in that.
Yep. Although that's just because that's a prop that all the film studios use. Like they just have a cigarette. If you need a cigarette box instead of Marlboro or Camel, it'll be Red Apple or whatever.
Yeah, well, I remember in the Kevin Smith, the New Jersey universe, it's Nails is the brand of cigarettes.
Oh well, I mean you can make your, but I mean it's like that's a normal prop that they use. Like apparently they commonly use that, but. Yeah, you can make your own. It's not like you're beholden to that.
Winston.
Nope. The second I hear that thing call my name, I'm running.
And there's heads on spikes. There's heads on spikes. It's so cool. Weren't no heads on spikes in the first movie.
Okay, let's just be honest. You just like creepy stuff. This is
do.
why you like. It's why you like
Yes.
Temple of Doom.
Yes.
Like you're just into really creepy, scary shit, and so when you put it in a movie, that's more likely to get you going.
I don't know what went wrong in me, but for some reason, everything that scared me as a kid, I love. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, Grave Review says, if I'm not mistaken, Marvel characters had to fight Godzilla. No, not Marvel. It was the Justice League. It's Superman and like Batman and all of them had to fight Godzilla, and it's a whole stupid thing, man. I don't. Watch Django Unchained, then The Hateful Eight back again, and it's an epic western. Yeah,
I can see that.
or watch Pulp Fiction and what's it called, Reservoir Dogs. I don't know what I don't know what genre movie that is. They're just both good movies.
It's kind of like a modern like film noir almost, or a crime thriller. I mean, especially Pulp Fiction's very film noir.
That was cool. That was really cool with the ghost train.
I like to watch Pulp Fiction and then The Big Lebowski, and imagining that both movies are happening at the same time. Like they just keep passing each other.
Well, the dude abides.
Yeah. You get the dude and Walter in the diner screaming about toes. Like, I'll get you a toe. They leave, and like Jules and the other guy come in, and then like the place gets robbed.
See, now someone has to do a fan edit where they cut those two movies together.
Yeah.
Let's see. A New York nail is an expensive individually sold small diameter joint. Why would you tell us that? Like, what Patrick, you have such random fucking knowledge. Okay, so now Winston gets to hang out with them and I think it's because what's his name? Peter is hanging out with Sigourney with Dana, I think her name is.
Yeah, Dana. Yeah, they only call Winston when Peter's busy,
which is sad. But at least he had a funny moment where he got to be scared by the train.
Oh yeah, it's the slime.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, that. See, I'm like, I wonder, is like at that point that it's not that deep. It's something is grabbing on and like yanking it away. I'm like, dude, just cut the line. Fuck that. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, just give up at this point.
And that was the last we ever saw of Winston.
He's got such a good scream in this. Oh yeah, and now like Dana and Peter are out to dinner. I think one of the things I do kind of like about this is that I kind of appreciate that it wasn't that like Dana and Peter like actually got together and like they're boyfriend and girlfriend now when the second movie comes around. So I'm like, I do think I don't understand anyone who would be with Peter Venkman. He's kind of a douchebag. Peter Venkman gives me real cheating energy.
He's got like some sleaze energy on it. And like the very first thing we're introduced to him is he's like trying to bang this dude's girlfriend in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, let me see. All right, so Talking Turd comes in here with Men in Black was intended to be the 90s Ghostbusters. It followed the pattern of Ghostbusters with a catchy song and cartoonish aliens. So I could see Men in Black sharing a Ghostbusters unit. Maybe. That's a stretch, but maybe.
I like the idea of like Agent K showing up and be like, that's a ghost. I'm not doing that. Like that's a different department. You got to go call the other guys.
See, but in the in the Men in Black universe, I feel like Ghost would just be like, "Oh, no, that's not a ghost. That's just another alien." They would take like the Doctor Who style of approach for it.
Ugh. Yeah. I also like that these two have such like they're like grown ass people, like sort of pushing middle age, but they're doing the like teenagers who've been asked to babysit. Like,
yeah, no, they're being real awkward around each other. Nice, very nice.
Right? Hell yeah, Annie Potts.
I mean, I like how they. Yeah, but you're right though. They had so they kind of messed this up because wasn't she into Egon in the first movie?
She was into Egon in the first movie, and within I think the cartoons and the comics, they kept it being Egon and Janine. One of the things that again, I always love the bad version of something. I really loved Extreme Ghostbusters, the sort of mid to late 90s reboot they did of the cartoon. And Egon and Janine are the only ones left of the original team.
See, I'm down for that. And all right, so Dead Guy he brings up an interesting point. So the Conjuring and Ghostbusters same universe, and a couple goes out of business, or the couple just becomes like Ghostbusters.
Unfortunately, can we do that since Ed and Lorraine Warren are the characters in the movies are based on real people who have those actual names and are paranormal investigators.
But yeah, see, I'm like, if we're gonna go down that route, then why not the Ghostbusters meets like Scooby Doo, or the Ghostbusters meets like Casper, or like choose any kind of like the Ghostbusters meet the Exorcist. Because I bet you these dudes would be useless against a fucking demon.
Hey, I mean, well, these guys, I don't know. The cartoon, they can do anything. They can do incredible stuff in the cartoon.
Oh, bite your tongue, heathen. Scooby Doo does not suck.
I don't know. There's so much Scooby Doo, and not much of it's great.
I will defend that James Gunn movie till my dying day.
I will also defend that. I think that live action movie they made is really fun. I think it was a very good way to take Scooby Doo at that time, but the vast majority of Scooby Doo is not that movie.
No, you're absolutely right. The vast majority of it is he meets Phyllis Diller or Don Knotts and shit like that. The Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah. Also,
although I do like the one where he meets Batman.
Oh yeah, he meets the Adam West Batman. And I'll just say hi to Derpy Entertainment, who's dropped in. How you doing, my guy?
Indeed. He said, who you going to call? Fulcrum Entertainment. Damn right. Although if you have a ghost, do not call me. I'm not going to do anything for you.
Call me. I will ask you about it, and I'll ask you to put the ghost on the phone.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I'll take a look at it. You can film it or something, and I'll watch. I'll look at a picture or a video of it, but I'm not going to do I'm not going to do shit for you if you have a ghost.
Grave Reviews is going to head out.
Oh,
thanks very much for coming, Grave Reviews.
Yeah, have a good one.
Enjoy your tequila, sir. A fine beverage.
Indeed, and I will try to jump into the next stream. I will try to see whatever horror movie you guys are talking about next. So I've kind of lost where we're at this point, or what exactly they're doing.
So I think this is getting so that they've been arrested. I think they're in straitjackets at the moment. Now Dana's coming back to look at the baby, and I think this is where Janosch turns up in a weird way, where he's like sort of a ghost and sort of not, and he steals Oscar.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And she's just caught. Lewis and Janine getting down.
Yeah, they were.
being a bad babysitter, like that old song.
You know what? If the baby is laying quietly in the other room and he's not, and nothing bad is happening, I'm like, an hour? You could let him sleep for an hour. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You got a monitor. It's gonna be okay.
Exactly. Also, there's windows in there. You could occasionally just do your thing, and then
Yeah, just look up. Just
you'll be fine. Also, it's Rick Moranis. Come on, he probably doesn't do this a whole lot. Let the man have his time.
Let the guy live. He got Janine and he got Audrey, and that's all he's ever gotten. And the Audrey one didn't go that well.
Exactly. Jason Voorhees would have killed those two for making out.
Yes, that's true.
The Ghostbusters fight Jason. There we go.
Ooh, an interesting thought.
Ghostbusters versus the Evil Dead.
Oh, I'd love that. That'd be ace. I also feel like the Ghostbusters versus Chucky would be quite fun.
Oh, that'd be good. See, I feel like we're gonna get at least one of them get murdered because they're gonna, it's a dog. Like Bill Murray's gonna pick up the fucking thing, be playing with it, and he's gonna get his knifed in the neck.
Yeah, yeah, most likely.
See, Dead Guy says he's probably going to head out soon too, editing the Blade Runner comic series prequel as we speak, and I'm excited to get it done. I saw that the Predator versus Black Panther came out today, the part 4. So very nice, or the other day, not today, yesterday. But yeah, MIB versus the TMNT.
Well, that's another one where I'm like, would the Men in Black eventually realize that like it wasn't their jurisdiction? Like they'd be like, we legally can't take care of these turtles.
They're terrestrial creatures. Yeah, I don't know.
Unless the ooze that turned them was partly like alien technology that created the ooze, which I suppose is true because of Krang.
Yeah,
so maybe that does count. That might do.
I don't know. I wonder, does interdimensional versus interplanetary, is that the same thing? Okay, that's a good one. That's actually a good one. Ghostbusters at the Five Nights at so yeah, just the Ghostbusters walking around at Freddy Fazbear's.
Ghostbusters would ace that. If they're good at one thing, which we've already discussed, it's destruction of property. They would mince destroy those machines.
It's like yeah, so if anyone's interested, I'm casting for the Blade Runner series, so hit me up in Discord if you want it. Well, there you go. Go hit up DG.
This whole bit here, I do think it is a definite sad part of this movie, of where it's so blatant how it's hitting all the same beats as the first film again.
Yeah, it's a government official who's just like, oh, you know what? Screw you guys. I don't like you, so I'm gonna arrest you.
Like, and they have to go talk to the mayor. They have an argument with the mayor. The mayor doesn't believe, or I don't know if this guy's the mayor, but somebody.
No, he's the mayor's aide. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so then they have to go off, and then they're going to get arrested for a little while and put in a cell. And while they're in a cell, the whole city's going to go to hell. It's just, I like it. I enjoy the movie, but if you were writing a sequel, this is definitely not a good thing to do.
Agreed. Because then it's annoying because, like you said, it just hits the same beats, and it's like, all right, we already know what's going to happen. They're going to get called up, and then they're going to save the day at the very last minute, and yada, yada, yada. I mean, and obviously we already knew this because it's a 30-year-old movie, but still.
Patrick brings up an interesting tidbit, which is true. That doctor is Bill Murray's brother. And like, yeah, so the guy who we just saw in the asylum with them, yeah, that's Bill Murray's brother. I think it's the same guy from Groundhog Day. I think he's the Puxatawny Phil guy who holds up the groundhog. Because there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of Murrays. I think like the brothers are all in acting.
Brian Doyle Murray, apparently that is his name. But yeah, okay. So yeah, I didn't realize that was his brother. That's cool. But yeah, apparently there's Bill Murray, Joel Murray, Brian Doyle Murray, and those are the 3 brothers. Let's see here.
She was married to Citizen Kane while we were doing this.
since he mentioned it, I saw Citizen Kane when I was in college. Boring fucking movie. I don't care what anyone says. Boring goddamn movie.
Oh, that might be the hottest take of them all, Gilbert. You can't diss Citizen Kane.
Watch me. I'm told that it's like, oh, it's a fucking groundbreaking. It's the best movie ever made. Fuck that. Orson Welles was a boring director.
Man, I'll tell you some boring movies. Yesterday at the Bad Movie Club, first we watched the War of the Worlds Ice Cube movie, which is bad. It's not very good.
I was not aware there was a Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie.
Yeah, it's a weird one because it was made during lockdown, but didn't come out for years. So like the entire movie is from the point of view of Ice Cube's computer screen. So like you can make a movie without anyone having to be with any other actors and having to move or anything like that. It's not good for a lot of good reasons. And then after that, I watched The Pit and the Pendulum, classic sort of old school Hollywood horror movie with Vincent Price in it. And nothing happens in that movie.
Pit and the Pendulum in 1961. Damn, dude. Yeah, that is a dated one right there.
It's also slightly odd because it's like set in like 16th century Spain, but everyone's like, Don Medina, my sister has died. What has happened to her?
Isn't that an Edgar Allan Poe book too?
It is, yeah. I think it's a poem, The Pit and the Pendulum.
The sled from Citizen Kane was in a bunch of movies made by the Gremlins director. I was not aware of that. And the Ice Cube movie is a commercial for all the large corporations that made it.
That is true. They saved the day by ordering something off Amazon. It's like a key plot point at the end of the movie.
How's it going, Bonsai? Hope you're Bonsai 161. Hope you're having a good day. And he gives us the live long and prosper. Which wrong franchise, but yeah.
Hey, we'll take it. I think we both like Trek.
Yeah, I wonder, would you ever watch Star Trek mixed with Ghostbusters? No, probably not.
I kind of would. I kind of would. Like I would look forward to the bit where, like, you know, they'll have to do the Star Trek thing towards the end of, like, you know, there's like Geordie sitting there going, but yeah, like it's like Geordie and Egon are hanging out, or Data and Egon, or something, you know, and it's like, if we reverse the polarity of your proton beams and fire them using our phaser banks, like,
and Egon comes in. Well, then it'll overcharge the monsters. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I would love to see some stuff like that. Now I can't unsee. I'm looking at these two now. I cannot unsee the fact that they are brothers.
It's obvious once someone tells you, isn't it?
Yeah, their faces look so freaking similar, and it's just like, oh my god.
Oh, she's going to the museum, and the museum's going to turn into a big slime cocoon.
See, this is just littering. Shame on all of you. New York is dirty enough as it is. No, but I do like this. This must be annoying for her because there's like the amount of fans and wind that they had to make for her to get up there with that. Like she must be hanging on to that pole because she actually needs to.
Oh yeah, that must be some real bullshit.
But yeah, no, this is cool. This reminds me of the elevator scene from The Shining.
Oh yeah, I can see what you're talking about. The slime's coming. But it's weird because like they make out the pink slime is like a huge deal in this, but isn't there like pink slime in the first movie as well at some point?
I don't know. I know that there's like ectoplasm that they talk about, but I don't know if it's necessarily the same thing because I mean, I'm not sure.
I might be misremembering that.
No, there's definitely slime. I know that Egon makes Bill Murray like collect some slime from like something when they're in the library.
Yeah. I suppose, of course, like Slimer slimes him and stuff like that. He's creepy little Janosch. Oh, you are I am going to marry you now. And Vigo, he will be our baby.
Vigo will be our... That's fucking creepy, man. Like, that's some, like, Omen shit right there. Finally get to watch the stream. The kids are sleeping, and so is the wife. Well, wake their asses up. No, I'm kidding.
Get them in here. Hang out with us.
Get them in here. Get them on their own personal devices so we get more people on the street.
Thanks very
No,
much, Bonzo, for joining. I'm really glad you've had a chance to.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, well, that's what you think, lady. They
Oh,
totally
damn.
took your baby.
God damn, that ghost grabbed your baby. There's a bit later on where you get the weird effect where they start to like blend his face with the baby's face.
Yeah. I wonder how do they? I guess I'm assuming it's just like superimposing it or whatever. But how do they do the effect where it's like his face like pops out of the painting?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was like some early CG stuff or something. Like it might be. Where I go, the strangers happening to everyone I know. I love this. I love the whole bit moment here where the fur coat comes back to life and attacks this woman, then runs down the street.
That's pretty great. All because she walked in the slime, which was very obviously on the ground right there. That would be terrifying, though. I don't know. I feel like they make the slime out to be a lot worse than the ghosts running around and being nuisances would be bad. But as far as like walking through the slime, just Oh, for God's sake, hang on.
The dog is scared of the ghosts. I do like this. There's a great moment here. It's such a New York line. Like he says, the Titanic just arrived.
Pier 34. He says the Titanic.
And then is it Cheech and yeah, it's just Cheech.
Yep, that's Cheech Marine. Yep.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of bitching. If I'm being 100% honest, to have like Ghost Titanic show up with a bunch of like ghosts, that would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah. But I also like that. I feel like that would be so many people's reaction of just like, what the hell am I looking at? Like, huh. There's a really nice moment. This is, I think the mayor is it in this movie. The mayor comes out and he says, like, I just had a conversation with this guy and he's been dead for 200 years.
Mm-hmm. Also, is that Ben Stein? Yep, that is indeed Ben Stein right there. Bueller.
Ferris Bueller. Ben Stein.
So boring.
Why'd you have to go be a weird creationist, Ben Stein?
Oh shit! Is that what? Is that? Did he turn out to be a weird? I did not realize that.
He made like a whole strange movie about like creative design and like why it should be taught in schools and stuff. It was very weird.
Rock on. Well, he's like the anti fucking Carl Sagan.
Kind of, yeah. But I'll still watch The Mask. He can't stop me.
Oh, I'll watch The Mask, but that's because just because he's in it doesn't make it like. I don't think he makes the movie. I think that's definitely Jim Carrey doing that.
Yes, yeah. I think that was it. It was because like I heard about it and I was like, "That's the guy from The Mask."
All right, so let's. Okay, it's the building or whatever that it's going over. I forget when they do the Statue of Liberty.
What can anyone tell me what museum that is? Because I'm not great with museums and I know like the MoMA and the Museum of Natural History. What museum is that one?
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't. It could, for all we know, it could just be like literally like kind of in the way that in Spider-Man they turned that one building, that like a famous building, into the Daily Bugle. It could just be a famous building that they're just like, yeah, we're just going to use this because we have footage of it.
Oh yeah, the Flatiron Building.
Exactly. Yeah. Dude,
Sorry,
I don't. All right, so the first responders, I get. The crowd, I'm like, if I was in that crowd, I would not be anywhere near that shit. Like, if I saw a giant blob, like, I literally, I've seen the blob. I'm not going near that fucking thing.
That's true. That's probably true. Yeah, like after having watched the Chernobyl series, I am very much like, never go and watch anything. Never do that.
Like straight up, no. If you see some shit like that going down, you get away from it. You don't just stand there.
Okay, Patrick says he thinks it's the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Oh, and also makes the point that he can't see the movie screen, which is true.
Yeah,
You can't.
it's next to
I
Central
forget that.
Parks, and I can't see the. Yeah, unfortunately we can't show you. Like all you can see very basically.
Okay, but thank you for that, Patrick.
Yeah,
I've most likely been in that museum, like because I visited New York once, and my mother's an art teacher, so I always end up when I was a kid and on holiday with my parents, I would have to go into art museums all the time.
So
But
yeah,
that's the problem. They all blend into one at the end. I don't know where I am at some points.
So yeah, I didn't see the actual like I just googled the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and I haven't seen the actual building. We'll have to see until the end when the building is like clear. But yeah, no, I think that he might be spot on with that.
Oh yeah, that looks right.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. She's leading you on. She's gonna get you.
Oh,
She's gonna get the baby and run.
Oh yeah, I do kind of love this. How like the entire scene, like, yeah, go Ghostbusters, and they turn on them so fast in this.
I feel like, wouldn't you want to hire more Ghostbusters? Like, I get it's just the 4 of them, and that's their thing. But I'm like, if it were me, I'd start like when business starts getting good, and like they have the whole montage of them like doing like ads and shit like that. I'm like, dude, start hiring some more like trainees and shit. Like, because I feel like more proton packs would help here.
That's one of the things I think is so sad about the 2016 Ghostbusters, because that's what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, like years later, a new branch of Ghostbusters has opened rather than this weird remake. Like, I thought it would be more of a, like continuing the story.
Yeah. It's like years later, they trained their replacements and there we go. But I don't know why they wanted to do some weird, like soft reboot with that had them as cameos in there.
This is very American, this thing. Like when they're like, we need something, a symbol, something that everyone can look up to and can agree is incredible.
This is very American, yes.
Although you do get that slight feeling that, like in a tower somewhere in New York, there's someone being like, get that French immigrant out of my city. I do not welcome her. European, ruining this country.
Ah, fuck. Donald Trump was alive at this point. He was in business and doing shit at this point, wasn't
he? He was hanging out, waiting for that call to be in Home Alone 2.
Hang on a second. I have to Google this now because I don't actually know. I didn't want to know. So yeah, okay. Trump was born in 46. So if this was 89, he was already in his late 30s at this point.
Yeah.
So damn it, yeah, Trump Tower was already a thing. He was already preparing to do the Apprentice, and yeah, he was just waiting for the call for Home Alone.
Yeah,
god damn it.
Yeah, he might have put the Trump board game out at this point.
Oh god, made me all sad.
Sorry.
No, but this is absolutely like I love how when they did the speech of like, we need a symbol, a thing that Americans can get behind, and they even have like the inspiring music like building up for. I'm like, that is, now that you pointed out, I'm like, yeah, that is a very American. The only thing that's missing is an American flag flying in the background,
and we've got like a Super Nintendo like arcade style controller to move the statue around.
This is ridiculous too. It's like the Statue of Liberty does not just grow legs because you sprayed fucking ghost jizz on it
and played some Bobby Brown. Oh, no, not Bobby Brown. Which one was this one?
I don't. Yeah, but playing higher and higher. Like that does not make the Statue of Liberty just suddenly grow a body, but apparently it does. So. This is another part where
that was it.
This is kind of like the movie's jumping the shark moment, I think.
Oh, interesting. Patrick says about Donald Trump being in films, being in movies was a condition he made if they wanted to film in his buildings. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Boo. Then just go to the other building. Fuck Trump Tower. And you can quote me on that.
Also, like, why does like spraying the ghost ooze on it make a real fire in her lantern?
That's my dude. It gives her legs. Like the actual Statue of Liberty has nothing. It's just carved to look like it has a foot, but it has no legs, and it suddenly grows legs.
And how are we getting it back? Like, what are we gonna do about that?
I say we just let the Statue of Liberty roam free. You know, just let her roam across the country. You know, like Godzilla.
Let it go live in the desert. It's like out near Vegas. Like you come to Vegas to watch the Statue of Liberty.
Well, see, you've never been to the Vegas. There is already a place called New York, New York, that has a Statue of Liberty sitting there. So you know, don't get it on her Kool-Aid, man.
That's why she went there. She's trying to like have a friend. Mount Rushmore won't talk to her.
Okay, so I think the what's it called, the stop motion that they use for the Statue of Liberty here is a little janky, but still funny, I guess. Like this is a goofy way to end the movie.
This is probably the dumbest, goofiest part of this film, and hard to defend. That it's like, oh yeah, and they just walk there with the Statue of Liberty,
and people are just cheering for it. They're just like, New Yorkers are like, yeah,
woo, not thinking what this is going to do about traffic the next day.
Right, or what it's currently doing to the road. Like, there's no way that those roads would be able to handle that.
Hey man, there's no way I'm gonna make my 10 o'clock. God damn it, the entire place is backed up from Central Park with a fucking Statue of Liberty's there.
I'd watch Godzilla fight the Statue of Liberty. See, I'm like, dude, they just crushed a police car. That dude. Come on, those aren't cheap. Those don't grow on trees.
If we do like shared universes, I slightly like the idea that somewhere Magneto is getting an idea. Yes, the Statue of Liberty.
Dude, poor Rick Moranis.
Just
to ride the freaking bus with Slimer.
Also, like, he's wearing Egon's uniform. I'm like, isn't he like the tallest of the Ghostbusters he could have chosen?
Because it's because it's because Janine dressed him like that. She's sitting there being like, oh, if you were Egon.
She can't have Egon. He's married to his spores, so she's making him a little Egon.
that kind of adds like a dark like undertone to their whole relationship there. Like, he's just a dorkier version of Egon.
Yeah. Patrick, that is exactly what I was thinking of when I said about walking around Vegas. I remember the plans of the giant Michael Jackson robot that was going to walk around the desert in Las Vegas.
Wait, what? The water probably deeper than the statue's height. There's a plan during his lifetime to have a giant Michael Jackson statue robot walking. What the actual hell? Why?
Yeah. Am I right, Patrick? Was it an extension of, because he did that thing when the History album came out where he had a giant statue of himself sailing down the Thames in London?
Mecha Jackson.
Or did that happen, or am I hallucinating that?
I do not remember that. I'll say that. Although that doesn't mean necessarily didn't happen. It could just mean I was not paying attention, or I was more than likely stoned.
No, that did happen. That did happen. I did not make that up.
Okay. Here we. Yeah, babe.
Thank you, Talking Turd, confirming that happened for me. Thank you.
Positively charged slime. What do you have to do to that to make it positively charged? You have to like sing to it, sing Kumbaya, or make it like happy.
Yeah, I guess so. Or either that, or Egon has done something to each one of those canisters. Like,
I was gonna say, do you have to make sweet short love to it? I can remember it well. Rock on.
I think this is like one of those blatant bits of like, this seems to be very tied into toys. Like, we have to give them some new guns so we can have some new merch for the kids to buy.
Mm-hmm. Which is like, I mean, I understand the like the need to make it a child's thing, because then you're going to get a lot more children or a lot more people earlier on who are going to be fans of it later on for nostalgia reasons, and then you also have the parents who will buy them more toys. But I'm like, can't we just have something be for adults? Like the first Ghostbusters is very blatantly for adults. Can't we just have it be that?
Well, it was that weird era in the 80s where a huge amount of things that were blatantly for adults got turned into kids' cartoons. Like, God, why is it just escaping my mind? RoboCop. Like, RoboCop is such an adult movie, but they made a cartoon of that for kids. They did it for Highlander. They did it for Alien. There was an Alien cartoon for a while. It didn't do that well, I don't think, but it did exist. Yeah, it was very strange. And so I think you ended up with this thing happening. They were Conan the Barbarian as well.
I remember Conan the Barbarian, but I didn't remember like the Alien movie or cartoon. Like, damn. I'll have to look for that or somewhere for it. But yeah, no, that like it's weird that like the 80s did a thing. Like I think it's just because they just were like, oh, we see marketing opportunities here, so let's make it for kids. But I'm like, yeah, it's just not. Nah, man.
I think that's also one of the things. Like, I don't think, from what I know of the first movie, and I know a fair bit, like from the backstory of the first movie, that I don't think they were expecting it to be the hit that it was going to be in terms of like products and merchandising. Like, you know, a bunch of comedians came together from SNL to go make this comedy movie, and then it became like one of the most lucrative franchises ever, and they made so much money off of the back of it. And so then there's like, oh, okay. And I think loads of other people were like, sure, we'll keep doing that.
I guess it's just like I guess it's just the nature of capitalism, is that if there's money to be made, they'll make it. But goddamn, man, not everything needs to be made into a toy line.
I think as well, like, and like you had He-Man, and He-Man sort of proved how you can make a cartoon that's just a commercial for toys and then make huge amounts of money off of selling those toys. So that every business was like, cool, we'll do that.
They also had the Ninja Turtles, which was an adult comic book, but then it became the 80s cartoon that we all remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess just gotta stop selling shit to Nickelodeon, I guess.
Well, now you just make a Funko Pop of it. Now you make whatever the hell you like, and then you put out a Human Centipede Funko Pop, and like now you've got merch of Human Centipede, and everyone buys it.
Yeah, no, who would ever buy Funko Pops? Who would ever want to have a plastic toy that does nothing?
So what Patrick's put in there, that Event Horizon Kids show was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, no, I think the was it the Hellraiser TV show that they made? That was wild.
That was a strange decision to make, where like they turned the Cenobites into a Scooby-Doo style like mystery hunting gang. That was a bit weird. It was like Josie and the Pussycats, but just Josie and the Cenobites. They were a band. They played songs halfway through every episode.
They ended up having like their own little like hit single, kind of like the Archies, but they were the Cenobites.
Yes, yeah.
The Cennies. That's funny. Oh, dude, that's terrifying.
Yeah. When Ray becomes like, there's something weird about that. And again, it's that thing of like, this is why I think I'd be Ray. I know I'd be the dumbass. It's like, what? You got possessed, my guy. He was supposed to possess a child, and it possessed you, you moron.
So another thing, we talked about it already with him being into a cult. Did Dan Aykroyd fight for that role? Was he like, no, it has to be me. I have to be the one to get fucking possessed.
I think it also makes sense because I think like even in the first movie, Ray kind of goes into this whole thing with a childlike excitement. Like he's always excited and happy about whatever's happening, you know, like and actually it's also partly again trying to redo the first movie because Ray was the one who summoned the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So it's Ray's got to fuck up again in this movie.
That's just his nature. Is that he's like too eager to be in it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I didn't realize this. The logo on their fucking patch is doing it too.
Yeah. because we've got more merch. The kids can't use the same costumes they had last year. They got to get new costumes.
I'm just saying it's such a meta thing to do. It's like, bro, unless you want to say that he's doing the peace sign, but I'm like, bro, come on, that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cringe. I do like that they're like both kind of ecstasied out here.
Yeah, it's like, let me tell you something, man. I love you.
It's like, so what's in that slime? Oh, do you know what? It's actually just a load of MDMA.
Oh well, see, I'm like, give me a vial of that, so I'm gonna line my joints with it.
Oh damn! Bonsai has had the cops show up at his door because he's been watching the stream too loud. A neighbor complained. I am very sorry, Bonsai.
Oh my god, dude. First of all, what is that? Like, what is Germany? I was gonna say a no word, but what is Germany? A fascist state? I thought we already came over there, kicked some dude's ass, and made that not happen anymore. No, but seriously though, I'm like, that sucks. I'm sorry. I probably, I don't know. Is it that you're just too loud? Is it the volume is too high, or are you just laughing too much? Either way.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Bonsai. So that you've had to deal on your first time joining us in the stream.
Well, and on the bright side, the movie is over now, so I'm gonna stop it right here, and we'll go back to what we were doing. So yeah, good movie. Still a good movie. I still think the Ghostbusters 1 is better. Like, it holds up more.
I'm never going to try and change anyone's mind. Like, if loads of people prefer the first movie, that's fine. It just means that it's all the more special to me, and I get to enjoy Ghostbusters 2 on my own.
Fair enough. I like that. And so, but yeah, still good movie. Still holds up, and still like a technical marvel, I would say, for the stuff that they were able to do with it at the time.
Oh yeah, and like, it's almost kind of one of the last movies with that sort of effects going on, because it's 89. Once you start getting to the 90s, you start getting more of your movies that are trying out CG and what you can do with digital effects. So it's one of the last big examples of a heavy physical and optical effects movie.
Yeah, agreed. And then of course it has like the comedic genius of Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, and Dan Aykroyd just like being the best.
Yeah, you're still going to have a good time, I think, watching that movie.
Agreed. And then just skip over Ghostbusters 2016 and go straight to Frozen Empire, or go straight to Afterlife and Frozen Empire. That's the proper way.
That seems to be it. And stop by some of the cartoons if you want. Don't watch all of it because there's a huge amount of the real Ghostbusters. And when it becomes like, because it changes from the real Ghostbusters to being like Slimer and the real Ghostbusters at some point, and it kind of sucks when it gets to that stage.
If you want a better cartoon that was made from a movie or something like that, go watch Evolution, the cartoon.
No, I will not accept that the Evolution cartoon was better than the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Oh, I will fight you on that one. I love that Evolution cartoon. But anyway, we'll
I
save
like
that
the theme song. I'll give you that.
We'll save this discussion for a later date. We'll have to watch Evolution at some point and argue about this then.
Which is essentially the new Ghostbusters. It's also made by Ivan Reitman.
What? Oh shit! Was it?
Yeah,
I think that maybe that's why I was like, I just like that one more because it was like a more updated.
And Dan Aykroyd's in it. I don't know if Dan Aykroyd wrote it or had anything to do with writing it like he did with Ghostbusters, but he's at least in it.
Oh. I also before we go, I also know that Lorenzo Music was in the Ghostbusters cartoon and in Garfield, and weirdly has played the same character as both Bill Murray in those shows.
Yeah, I once heard a story about Bill Murray. You know how like Bill Murray plays pranks on people, like he steals people's fries and stuff. So apparently he did it to somebody who was complaining at work to like a colleague that their car had broken down or something, and they needed money to get a new car, and Bill Murray gave him like $100 and went, get a bike. And so they then decided to buy a cat with that money instead. And they called the cat Lorenzo Music's Garfield.
I love it. All right. So I think we're gonna start wrapping it up here. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's been in here, to Aaron, to Bonsai. We had Talking Turd in here. Let me see. Hans was in here. DG. We had Alan from Grave Reviews, also a great channel. Go check them out. And then we also had Derpy Entertainment. I want to like you guys are all awesome, and also Patrick. I think I forgot about you, but yeah, thank you guys all for being here. Harrison, real quick, while I'm getting to our Fulcrum Council, is there anything you want to mention or anything you want to talk about?
So I'm hoping to have a new episode of the audiobook out next week. So I'm partway through recording the next episode. So once that's finished, I'll get it uploaded and you can continue on with Star Wars Hard merchandise. And that's my plans.
Beautiful. And I will try to this way. I'll endeavor this week to try to record before I go to Santa Fe. I'll try to record the part 9 of Hard Contact. Ooh. So we'll see if I can get that one out, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, I do want to give a quick shout out to our Fulcrum Council. We have David Whedon, Aaron Combs, and Andrew Stashik. Like, thank you guys so much for being Fulcrum Council members. And I have a final call to action. The last thing I want to say is, guys, before the end of the year, let's get to 20,000 subscribers. We are so close to getting that. We have 565 left before we get there. So Share videos, go tell people, subscribe to it. Go force your families to subscribe to us. But yeah, seriously, we're almost there. That's a huge milestone for us. So yeah. At any rate, thank you guys all for being here. This has been the Fulcrum Entertainment Podcast. I have been Gilbert.
I've been Harry.
And we will see you all, well, not next week, but the week after. We'll see you guys on for Day of the Dead, for our Halloween / Day of the Dead episode.
Dia de los Muertos.
Hell yeah. We will see you guys all on the flip side. Take it easy, everybody.